Okay. One thing that I want to get to here is we've talked about all year Jekyll and Hyde. That's what this group is. One game they show up and they're world beaters because they're the greatest offensive team in the world, and it doesn't matter how they play defensively or how the goaltending is, but they can go up and down the ice and they'll outscore you, 8-5, 9-5. Like, it doesn't matter. They could score as many goals as they want to, and it doesn't matter how many you score. Then you see them in the next game, and they're the greatest defensive team in the world, and they win 2-1, 3-1, 3-0 because it's lockdown defense. It's limiting opportunities. It's not making stupid plays, stupid decisions. And then you see them, in these games like Saturday night. These are the type of teams and inconsistencies that can really hurt you long term in the playoffs or really hinder your ability to have any type of long term success. I'm just kind of curious where your mind is at overall on this team in terms of, like, what is their identity when you see them play a game like this, and it's an insanely tight game. I thought they dominated for most of the first period. They played really, really well in the second period. Third period was a little bit tougher to start. They kind of fought off the storm that the Bruins brought there. There were a couple of opportunities that Boston had where they maintained offensive zone time that the Leafs could only ice the puck to get out of. But Joseph Woll's back there. He plays incredible again. And then when it matters the most you bury in overtime. Like, who are these Leafs? What is this team? Is there any way that you could have any type of faith or trust in them going forward into 6, into 7? Like, what do you make of the identity here?
I make of it, I feel really good about Joseph Woll. Like,
Yeah.
that should stand for something, where it's like, how often do we talk about the Leafs getting goalied? Well, sorry, Boston, you just got goalied. Like, this guy made like 4 or 5 ridiculous saves, and at key moments. Like, that's what's been missing in this series. I mentioned I was at game 3, the Frederick goal. Like, there's just some weird ones that have gone in on Samsonov. I didn't think he was terrible in the series, but Joseph Woll, I thought he was steady in the third period in the outing the other night, and then he was awesome tonight. The lone goal that goes in is off a breakdown by Benoit, and he had no time to react. I get that, but that's my saving grace. I think it's going to be the same Jekyll and Hyde team. I think they obviously got their issues defensively that continued, that persisted in this game. I thought Benoit was just okay. He's had a rough series.
Yeah.
I thought Liljegren was just okay. I thought Morgan Riley was much better. I thought Edmondson showed his leadership in this game. He was way better. Some guys really, really picked up their play, and that's the best part I can grab. Now, again, the attention shifts again to Austin Matthews. What's going on there? Like, now they're saying it's not so much illness, it's something else. It sounds like it's a lower body injury, maybe foot related. We'll see on that front, but I mean, I would have to think he is very, very injured to not be able to play
I would agree.
in that hockey game right there. But again, like, you need to rise up. We talked about this with Vancouver, not, without Demko, without the Smith, they still found a way. Well, the Leafs found a way, and the numbers are impeccable without Matthews. It makes no sense, in the games that Matthews has been unable to play. It makes absolutely no sense, but they bear down. You need these type of victories in the Stanley Cup playoffs, man. So to answer, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. I think the doubt is at least in the minds of the Boston Bruins. Now what they need to do, come out game 6, score that first goal, get a couple saves from Woll, and I think they're in business in this series.
I'm curious your thoughts on this. This Leafs team has not performed well at home so far this year, especially not in the playoffs. I believe that going into this game 6 here now, they've lost 6 straight at home in the playoffs. That building takes a lot of heat. They are not necessarily one, have the battle between, do you provide the energy? Does the building provide the energy? You got to give them something to cheer about. And I think both sides are kind of valid arguments. And I think both sides need to give equal contribution to allow the other one to start to excel. But any concern, let's just take Jekyll and Hyde away. Any concern about this actual building itself in game 6, or do you have faith in Leafs fans?
Not really. I thought that crowd was ready. Like, on Saturday night, specifically in game 4, I thought they were energized. They're ready to go. They played their part. I think ultimately it comes out to the team. Like, I know it's been Jekyll and Hyde, but you need more of what you did tonight. I thought Boston was second to every loose puck. Like, the Maple Leafs played their style where they didn't give the Bruins time, and I thought they closed their gaps really, really well. Like, each guy just played their role to a T, and they didn't make as many mistakes. Like, they still made a couple of mistakes, and Mind you, one of them cost you big time, obviously, in the first period. But other than that, you get the combination of goaltending and just strong defensive play, and I think you'll win most games. Like, I mean, the Bruins have been a juggernaut offensively, and the Leafs really held them shot-wise in this game. They won a lot of faceoffs. Max Domi was great in the faceoff circle. The power play still continues to be a prevailing story. It just, you can't go into game 6. Like, you have to score at least one power play goal here in the next 2 games, at least, to have a chance to win this series. So baby steps. I want to feel positive about this team. In fact, I do. Big goal for Matthew Nyes. Joseph Wall stands up. I thought some guys really elevated. That's a huge game for Max Domi. I want to re-sign that guy so bad. Like, to miss Austin Matthews and to elevate the way he did, centering the top line, getting that matchup, I think full value to Max Domi there. But there's reason for optimism. There really, really is. Because for as much as Swayman could potentially be in the minds of the Maple Leafs, Joseph Wall, he's right there. I mean, just look at the numbers, what he's done in the Stanley Cup playoffs, right? Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rozo. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at TheLeafsNation.com. Thanks so much for watching.